Today on the podcast, we're going to talk about debunking the top 5 weight loss myths. So, welcome to the Weight Loss for Women Over 40 podcast. I am your host, Nikki T, and I have been helping women lose weight since 2002. For about half of that time, using my background as a personal trainer and a physical therapist assistant, I gave fat burning workout programs and nutritional meal plans and guidelines and all this, lots of in your face support. And they got results. But what I found seeing them later on is most of them have not kept the weight off. And after experimenting on myself, because I am always my first client, I realized the missing piece wasn't the workout and the food, it was really the mindset, like the psychology behind what we do, right? Why do I do the things that I do? Why do I do the things that I don't do? So when clients come to me, they get fast, effective workout plans, and I teach them my one rule, which is the foundational of everything that I teach. And even though it's a rule, it's super flexible. And then they get food guidelines where there really are no guidelines. All foods are welcome. There are no foods off limits. But the most life-changing part of working with me is the coaching that I provide for my clients. It's really that time is when we dive into why you are doing the things that you do and really understanding and peeling back those layers and figuring out what is it that's keeping you stuck? Why are you not losing the weight as you want to, right? So whatever you are thinking right now, whatever you are going through right now, the actions that you are taking is creating the body that you have. And again, when I say actions, I kind of want to put a little asterisk by it because the actions aren't the problem, right? Well, let me rephrase that. The actions that you are doing, like if you're going to a workout and then the next 6 days you skip or you're overeating, like those actions, of course, are sabotaging you. And you know this, right? You know this intellectually, but you try to change the action, but it's not working. Again, it's going back to the root of the cause, which is what's going on in your mindset. And if you want to change your body and you want to get healthier, not just physically, but also mentally, and lose that extra weight, I want to encourage you to jump on a call with me. Get started. Let's work together because I have the formula that is going to help you lose weight for the last time. Literally, you are going to know exactly what to do, whether you're on vacation, whether you're going through the holiday season, whether you're having a baby, whether you had a baby, whether you're empty nesters, whether you're going through a divorce, whether you're getting married, it doesn't matter. What I teach can be applied in every situation that you have in life. So virtually there's no excuses, right? So come on and work with me. Go to weightlossforwomenover40.net/call. Go ahead and book your call and let's get started. All right. So if you're not ready to work with me, not a problem. Keep binge listening this podcast because the more you listen to this, the more you're going to understand my methodology, my philosophy behind weight loss, and you're going to get a vibe of how I operate. But if you're not ready to work with me, head on over to Weight Loss for Women Over 40 slash, sorry, weightlossforwomenover40.net/book and go grab your free copy of 5 reasons why you're not losing weight over 40. All right, so let's dive into the topic, which is debunking the top 5 weight loss myths. I have a hard time saying that word myths, but here we go. All right, myth number 1. You have to eat like a rabbit. You have to eat foods that you hate. All right, so we're talking salads, we're talking raw vegetables, we're talking yogurt, we're talking whatever cardboard nonsense you think you have to eat in order to lose weight. So raise your hand if you only want to eat salads and carrots and yogurt and cardboard tasting stuff for the rest of your life. Basically the foods that you really don't want to eat. Now, even though I can't see you, I know that I'm pretty sure I'm going to guess none of you are raising your hands, right? It's a hard no. You want to be able to eat pizza. You want to be able to go eat lasagna. You want to go out and enjoy the restaurant with the bread and everything, right? You want to be able to drink wine. You want to go out and experience life and enjoy the pleasure it is to actually eat food that you enjoy. And there's this little voice in the back of your head saying, I can't do that. That's not possible. It's not possible. Well, it is possible to eat all the food. But if I do that, then I'm never going to lose weight. Not true. Most diets are structured this way, where there's a specific set of rules that you have to follow, in the sense of like, you can't eat bread, you can't have croissants, you can't have wine, you can't have all these things, right? They're very rigid. There's no flexibility whatsoever. And I can totally relate to this, because I remember going out to eat in restaurants and being like, oh my gosh, it doesn't fit into my macros, or it doesn't fit into my calorie plan. And I want to eat this, I want to have dessert, but no, I guess I'll have a salad. Don't stop doing that. No more. So diets really tell you can't have the foods that you love, right? And as soon as you tell yourself that, in walks sacrifice and in walks willpower, the two worst enemies for permanent weight loss. I promise you, you can lose weight eating your favorite foods. I've done it, my clients do it, and my clients finish working with me and they are thanking me for changing their lives. They never knew losing weight could be this way, uncomplicated and easy to implement. Isn't that what we all want, right? Some people ask if what I teach is intuitive eating, and some of it is, but it really goes much deeper than that. Again, it's really along the lines of like how you're getting coached. Like, let's dive into what's actually going on. Now, just put on the Band-Aid. Let's find the root cause of why you are stuck at the weight that you are, or why you keep losing and then gaining and losing and then gaining years and years and years. Because if you are one of those people that have tried intuitive eating or one of the other many thousands diets, and you haven't lost or kept the weight off, then something is not working. It's not right. And for those of you who have lost the weight, but you're constantly in the spin of like, I have to keep this up, I have to do all the things, like there's this nervous energy behind it, you need help too. So if you've been DIYing it for some time and you're still not seeing the changes, I can help you with that. Come work with me. So let's go back to the food. You can have a bacon cheeseburger with fries and a milkshake, and it will not derail your weight loss efforts. In fact, I challenge you every day to eat a bacon cheeseburger with fries and a milkshake with the skills that I teach my clients, and you will not gain weight. You will lose weight if you follow the tools that I teach. So my clients are eating whatever the heck they want, and they are dropping weight and losing inches. So let's put this myth to bed and know that you can eat all your favorite foods and still lose weight. All right, so myth number 2 is you have to do tons and tons of cardio. So cardio does help create an energy deficit. But if you're doing intense cardio for long durations, you are elevating your cortisol levels. And this is not beneficial when you are over 40 and a woman who's heading into perimenopause land. So doing intense cardio will also increase your hunger, which if you're following a typical diet, you are going to be miserable because you're going to be starving all the time, because you're only allotted a certain amount of calories, macros, or whatever externally they're trying to fit into your life. You got to go the other way around. So cardio is fantastic for increasing your capacity to climb stairs, to go hiking, to chase after your grandkids, to go for a walk around the block with your best friend, helping your heart to do what it needs to do while you're doing the activities that you love, right? So I'm not negating that you should, quote unquote, do cardio, but you absolutely can do intense cardio, but I don't recommend you do it for long, long times. So really, to get the benefit of cardiovascular health, if you're the average human being, average person, you really could do 10 minutes 3 times a week, right? We're just trying to pump up that heart rate. You don't have to do a marathon. You don't have to do this high intensity, grueling workout, cardio workout for an hour, right? If you do love doing the cardio for an hour, that's a totally different story, right? But if you're like forcing yourself to do it because you think you're going to lose weight that way, come talk to me. So again, the motivation behind why you are doing the cardio, how you eat or how you exercise is so incredibly telling whether or not you're in dieter's mentality and whether or not you're going to attain that lasting weight loss. Because we all know you can beat yourself up for 12 weeks, get the body or get close to the body. And then as soon as that 12-week program is over, because it's so intense, you can't keep up that intensity for a long duration. So I work with my clients on breaking down the dieter's thought patterns that create the habits that you are currently stuck in. So myth number 2, we can eliminate. You do not need to do intense cardio in a huge amount of time in order to lose weight. On to myth number 3. Number 3 is you need to block off huge amounts of time out of each day to meal prep, to work out, to do cardio, to food log, etc. Whatever this grandiose plan that you've created or you were grabbed off the internet, right? This is like trying to fit a round piece into a square shape. They don't fit. Again, my method, we go internally to go externally. These diets, these workouts that you're finding online, they're all external things. They don't know you. They haven't customized anything for you. They just don't fit into your life, right? So I want you to take note of how much time right now, or look back in the past week or month, how much time do you spend thinking about what to eat, when to eat, where to eat, when to food prep, when to go to the grocery store? Is this thing going to help me lose weight? What is she doing that's helping her to lose weight? Doing online research, um, asking other people's opinions who are not experts in this field, going to Facebook groups and ranting and raving and seeing about their opinions and seeing if the answer somewhere is out there. You spend so much time trying to figure it out and trying to implement. You waste so much time. It's really like you're working an 80-hour job. You're not getting paid for it, and you may or may not see the benefit of it. If you work with me, you will actually find that you have way more time to do the things that you really want to do. Maybe it's go hang out with friends, spend quality time with your kids, go on a date night, and maybe just read by yourself. And I want to add not to worry about what you're going to eat. Rate yourself by eating whatever you ate. That whole spin cycle we get rid of, right? Imagine the freedom that you're going to have inside your brain when you eliminate that. So you do not need to spend a lot of time thinking, doing, losing weight, right? I have clients that are doing 5-minute workouts, maybe 3 times a week, following what I teach, and they're still dropping weight. So you can scratch that myth off your list as well. All right, moving on to myth number 4, you need to track all the things. All right, ladies, if you have found me, chances are you are a type A personality. You have those traits. You are a perfectionist. You like having things in an orderly fashion. You like structure. You like to micromanage the heck out of losing weight and probably some other areas in your life, right? And some areas of your life, it probably serves you very well. And I know this because I used to be this way, micromanaging every little thing, especially when it came to weight loss. Like, you wanna know the data, you wanna know how many calories, you wanna know what the macros are. You wanna know how long. This question I get a lot when I talk to people on the first call when they come to me. They're like, "Well, how much exercise am I actually gonna have to do? Like, what?" And I'm like, "You don't even go there." Right? Like, we don't have to worry about that. When I design a workout program for you, it's something that you're gonna enjoy. And just stop micromanaging about everything, right? It's how many steps do I need to hit a day? I have a client who texted me and she was like, "Oh, if you see my steps coming through, they're not 100% accurate or something like that." She's like, "I'm doing way more." And I was like, "It's not a problem," right? Again, you guys are so externally driven. It doesn't matter. You got to go internal first, and then it will all fit together. So, I have been there. I have a love for the data. I know when I moved into my apartment, I found a whole bunch of binders that had, you have no idea how meticulous these binders were. I mean, it was down to like every set, every rep. I had written information. I had notes on each set. Food was insane. I would literally like scrape off the powder or whatever I was eating, like cut that little tiny wedge of chicken off if it didn't fit into the grams or the macros that I was trying to hit or the calorie range. It was ridiculous. It was so obsessive. Now, that benefits you guys because of what I did for myself. And we're talking like probably 10 binders, 1.5-inch binders filled with information. This benefits you because I did spend the time working on the data and I understand those mechanics of what is going on. But again, that's all external. That's external stuff. We want to start with the inside. How does your body feel about what you're eating? How does your body feel when you're doing certain movements, right? So I'm glad that I did all that binder micromanaging stuff because I'm a better coach for you. But unless you're in this field, you don't need to do all that. Again, 80-hour job, right? I'm sure you would rather be doing something else, spending your time doing other things, right? Here's the other problem with being so structured. When you're that regimented on a daily basis, when you go down the shore for the week, have a weekend off, you go on vacation, something happens, you will self-sabotage the F out of everything. Everything that you have done, you will just go off the rails, right? And it's not even that that's the problem, it's the beratement, the nastiness that you tell yourself after that weekend is over, after that vacation is over, right? And you're almost like, I have to put my big girl pants back on and force myself to get back into the rigid structure on Monday when you get back from vacation or whatever it is, right? I teach my clients how to make every day very enjoyable so that it's like a vacation. That way, when you go on vacation, there's not much change going on. There's not this, it's like you're doing the same thing you do every day, but now you're just in a beautiful location, right? You do not need all the nitty-gritty details to be successful in losing weight and inches. So let's put that myth to sleep right now. If you are hearing clicks on this podcast, it's because I'm pausing it in between. You know how I don't like to edit things here. It's because I still have this stupid cough. So I'm trying not to cough while I talk. So if you hear the clicks, my apologies, but I'm pretty sure you want to hear clicks rather than me hacking up along. All right, so going on to myth number 5. This one drives me crazy. It's you can't eat after 6 p.m., right? Whether it's 6 p.m., 7 p.m., whatever it is. Or you have to eat 3 meals a day and a snack, or eat 1 meal a day, or graze, or whatever. These are all myths. And do you want to know why? Because you could run into so many different people. I have a friend who eats 1 meal a day and is ripped and looks fabulous, right? I have another friend who grazes all day long. They look fabulous. I have another one that eats 3 meals and a snack, and they look great, right? It comes down to what works for you. And eating after 6 p.m. I'm sorry, but it's just stupid. Because I remember training for a fitness competition and eating at 10 p.m. and still being lean and cut, and it doesn't matter, right? You got to look big picture. When you become a client of mine, whether it's in private coaching or in my group program, you're going to get access to my stress-free eating guide. And this kind of encompasses the foundational rule on how to lose weight. And it's super simple. This is my foundation that I teach everyone, right? And like I said, the rule, I hate even calling it a rule, but the rule has so much flexibility. It's almost like a guideline, but rule number 1 sounds way cooler than guideline number 1, right? So that is a foundation that I teach. And again, we go internal to go external. When you're picking these diets, whether it's intermittent fasting or, 3 meals and 1 snack or whatever, again, you're trying to take something externally and try to fit it into your life. Doesn't work. It's not going to last, right? So I really have streamlined this whole process. I have boiled it down to my rule, 3 steps, and I have a 12-step method, which is all based around mindset. It's really experiencing a whole new way to look at yourself, to look at your body, to look at food, to look at this whole weight loss process. And if you could choose to lose weight any way you wanted to, would you choose the easier way or the harder way? Because as individuals, especially in America, we were taught that if you don't strive and work hard and suffer and sacrifice and get that goal, that it's not worth it. Right? So there's this element of like, you almost feel like you have to sacrifice and it has to be grueling, and there's like this martyrdom behind it. But what if you didn't have to do all that? What if it just was easy? Wouldn't you like that? I know I did, because I did both versions, right? I did the sacrifice, the willpower, the whole 9-yard thing. And there were times that my body, I felt like, looked fantastic, but I would always kind of rebound, and I would always have this mind drama going on in my brain that it wasn't good enough, or I messed this up or really screwed that up. Like, so much better on the other side. So much better now that I've managed my mind. So much better for my clients who understand this process that I teach. You don't have to be a slave to your weight loss journey. So I want to tell you the biggest myth of all. If you want to feel comfortable in your body, wear the clothes that are fun and flirty, eat the foods that light you up, do the activities that you love. It does not have to be hard. It can be simple and, dare I say, easy. So which do you want to choose? Easy or hard? If easy is your answer, go right now to Weight Loss for Women over 40.net/call. And the 40 is a 40 at the end. And let's get started on a simple and easy and doable weight loss journey together. So if you like this episode, make sure you hit that subscribe button wherever you are listening to this or watching it. And if you're feeling extra generous and you love this podcast episode, please leave a 5-star written review over on Apple Podcasts. This helps the podcast be suggested to other women all over the world. It reaches people. Again, I'm blown away. If you follow this podcast, I'm always blown away by what country it's hitting in the top hundreds, the top 20, the top, actually, even in the ones. Like, there's some countries, and there's some countries that I'm like, where are they? I don't even know where they are on a map. But this podcast consistently hits in the US, all the top ones: US, Australia, Canada, Great Britain. So let's keep this message going. So if you feel so inclined, please leave a 5-star written review over on Apple Podcasts. Again, this helps the podcast get boosted up in the algorithm. Don't ask me how it works, but it just does. It boosts it out, and it will suggest it more to women just like you who are struggling and need some help and a guidance. So instructions on how to do that are in the show notes. And I want to thank you in advance for any 5-star reviews that you do leave. So stay tuned next week for the episode on why you can't lose weight. So I will talk to you soon. Have a beautiful, beautiful day, and I'll talk to you soon.